Hi guys, today we're going to talk about Pomni from Amazing Digital Circus. Don't forget to put a like and subscribe. Let's get started. Pomni is a nervous and slightly insane harlequin. This is a 25-year-old girl who accidentally gets trapped in a digital circus. Interestingly, unlike the other characters, the same people stuck in the circus, she doesn't behave as calmly as they do. Is she the next person to go crazy, or has it already happened? And from the very beginning, we are told about it almost directly. Where is the actual exit from this circus? Does it really not exist? Then what are these mysterious doors that appear and disappear? And one of them was Pomni, and perhaps if she flew to the end, she could get out of this circus. The pilot showed the ambiguity of this amazing digital circus. Lots of fun and adventure, while somewhere out there is a separate world with black monsters, and it could very well be any of us. Pomni is the Russian word for the English word remember.
Pomni.
It would be much clearer if she was called Remember. But to make her name a bit more mysterious and obscure, the cartoonist decided to do it in another language. The reference of her name is an inducement to remember. The others look at her like she is crazy, and the main joker of the company, Jax, does not miss a moment to laugh at her. The most interesting thing is that she saw something that no one has seen during the whole time in the circus. She saw a way out. Pomni is quite a special character, not only by her name. Many people have already noticed her behavior in this unusual situation. This is the behavior of a normal person. This is how we should react when we get into another world. Panic, constant questions about the exit, looking for that exit, bad words. Sometimes she hangs on. She's still trying to figure out what's going on. Is she going crazy? Do you remember the clown Kofmo who went mad and scattered? He, like Pomni, was looking for a way out, and he was so obsessed with it that he wrote the word all over the room and even started drawing creepy pictures with the same name of a way out, and even depicted it somewhere. The episode did not miss the point of comparing Kofmo to Pomni. They rave about the exit together. My guess is that Kofmo was the only person you couldn't get bored with. It was the only character who treated everything with humor. But even a strong personality like Kofmo dissipated. There are a couple of such unstable personalities in this company. Pomni, who is constantly stressed due to circumstances, and the chronic alarmist Kinger. So why hasn't he dissipated? Almost all the symptoms are the same. He's a twitchy psychotic, sometimes can hover and suddenly shout. In my opinion, Kinger has already gone mad. He behaves extremely inappropriately even in the calmest of situations, so there must be some additional factor to dissipate. I have a theory that Kofmo may have met the scattered monsters in the basement and got infected by them. This is indicated by one of his paintings where Kofmo is depicted with a monster as if he met one of his past friends. The very fact that he painted this creature at all can already indicate that Kofmo saw this monster. He could have stumbled upon it just in search of an exit like Pomni, which opens various strange doors, and there are many of them, and one of them is an exit. He led Pomni to the void and Kofmo to the basement, so Kofmo could have contracted the glitch effect, after which he hid in his room without seeking help from Kane, who could have cured him at this stage. It remains a mystery where the first scattered monsters came from. Maybe glitch infections are transmitted by touch. Apparently, this is not the first time this has happened, and Kane, without too much emotion, sends Kofmo to the basement. For him, it is quite common. And the other scattered monsters may be the same characters that are crossed out on the doors. Have they all been trying to find a way out? Or does his search cause the character to go insane? Or is this some sort of punishment or system failure? There's a reason Kane blurted out that the character could go bad when he found Pomni in the void. A little more, and she could have become an absent-minded monster. I think everything will be revealed with the release of further episodes. But then I wonder how it could all end if there is no way out. Maybe after a couple of episodes, Pomni will take up the quest to find that exit again. We'll ask about Kofmo, how he became a scattered monster, and why he, a fun character who was always telling jokes, suddenly wanted out of the digital circus. The main character is the path to escape from this digital circus. I want to move you to the beginning, where I talked about the meaning of the name Pomni. Maybe for a while she will forget about her past life, and then all of a sudden, she will suddenly remember who she was, and that she needs to get out of here. She'll remember that this isn't the real world. Here you have to live through useless adventures that your creator has prepared for you. So I have no doubt that Pomni can eventually get out and save the remaining survivors. I also noticed that Pomni can also be an administrator, even though she doesn't realize it. There are a few things that hint at this. The first thing is that she sees exits when the others don't even know about it. But she not only sees them, but most likely creates them. It works like this. She thinks of an exit from virtual reality, and a door is created in front of her. You can see this when she hides from a monster and runs to the side. A door appears, and some glitter flies around. This is most likely her first ability. The second moment was when her arm healed itself from the glitch effect. Ragatha said that only Kane can help with this, but since Pomni is also an admin, she can heal wounds. At first, it seems like she healed herself when she came back from the void. But I noticed one strange thing. When Pomni talks to the wounded Ragatha, she points to her arm that it is also glitchy. But when Ragatha says that Kane can fix it, we see that Pomni's arm is fine, and in the next moment the arm is glitchy again. In my opinion, Pomni unconsciously just thought that her hand was healed and cured itself. But because she doesn't realize that she is an administrator, her hand is back in a bad state. And it can't be an animator's mistake, because in the other scenes the hand is always damaged, but not in this one where it says that the administrator can heal, so it's a hint from the authors. But who is Kane, and why is there a second administrator, Pomni? When Pomni runs through the endless office, she sees a computer with virtual reality glasses. I think it's her computer, because when Pomni first appeared, the first thing she tried to do was to take off a headset. So Pomni saw her office, her computer, and the headset that made her so mad. In Office, it is possible to notice the name of company C&A. If to look at a name Kane, the first letter will coincide with the first letter of the company. It turns out Kane and the one at whom the name begins with A are owners of this company. But actually, there is a reference to the biblical story about Cain and Abel, because the name Cain also can be interpreted as Cain, if Cain is the first administrator and Pomni is the second administrator. It turns out that Pomni is the one whose name starts with A, but she doesn't remember it. We can assume that her real name is Abel. Listen to my story of the creation of the Amazing Digital Circus. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Originally, there was a company called Cain and Abel that was developing a game called the Amazing Digital Circus. But why a game? If you go to the website mentioned during the parody of the Kane Watch advert, you can see the advert for the game on the computer. You can see its menu. But in order to play the game, they invented a device that resembles virtual reality glasses, and it takes you completely into the game, and your memory is erased. The first test subject was one of the scientists, namely Kinger, because it is said that he has been here longer than anyone else and is almost crazy. Also with Kinger, his wife came here and she was scattered, because on one of the rooms you can see a crossed-out portrait of a chess piece, but a king. A few years before the series, the game began to be tested on other people, which were dozens of people, judging by the rooms shown and the number of dead monsters. But before all this, the first administrator Kane got here, which is probably a mixture of artificial intelligence and personality of the creator of the company. Write your theories in the comments. It will be interesting to read. See you later.